We've just finished a battle in Vienna where we defeated the Austrians, and we get this notice that Austria is defeated. So they will now be friendly neutral with France, meaning we can move through their territory for the next 6 turns, after which they will then turn neutral. So Austria is defeated. We, as the French, gain 2 free cards for winning the war against Austria. And the Russian troops that had come to help Austria go back to Russia. And you can also see that Austria is now still has the border, their gray border, but they are not filled. And they also have the symbol, the double wreath, showing that they are friendly neutral. And if we check the diplomatic menu, we'll see that Austria is now friendly neutral and has their diplomatic rating has gone up to 6. Okay, so we now have a French army in Vienna. We also have French armies that have marched throughout Italy, and if we recall, we had a special card that allowed us to create the Kingdom of Northern Italy. We had to occupy Piedmont, Milan, Venice, and the Papal States, and we're going to get some free Italian units. However, Austria is not going to be too happy about this, as it's a major threat to them, and also takes some of their territory away. But we're going to go ahead and do it. So we create the kingdom. It's asking us to indicate where we're going to get our reinforcements. We'll put them here. Actually, I think here with our larger army. And we now get 4 Italian. These are light blue, indicates that they're French allied units. So we get 2 infantry, a cavalry, and an artillery unit of Italian troops that are now joined with our French army here in northern Italy. And we also can see now that Venice and the Papal States have been added to the French Empire as satellites. Okay, so we are now dealing also with a British invasion in Hanover. So we still own Hanover, but there's a British army that's occupying Hanover, so we're probably going to have to deal with them. Combine this army, and we have 5 activations, so we'll march this army of 7, combine it with Westphalia. So only armies with generals can move. This force here, these 2 allied units up in Holland, do not have a general, so they can't move. We have an army here that can, so we'll march in there and combine with Bavarian troops. These are Bavarian allied troops that are in Bavaria. And then Napoleon's army is in Vienna. So I think we'll probably, we'll march him to the Tyrol for now, so we can play our Kingdom of Bavaria created. This will give us more free German units, and will add the Tyrol to our empire. But unfortunately, Austria is going to get even more upset that we're basically now detaching the Tyrol from Austria-Hungary, but we want to do this. So they're already not too happy with us, but they are defeated and kind of at our mercy. So we will go ahead and create the Bavarian kingdom. We get more free Bavarian troops and join them to Napoleon's army. And now we've got more territory in Italy and the Tyrol. We also added Westphalia earlier, so our influence is growing and our armies are growing, and we have 1 fewer enemy. Some other topics I wanted to talk about were the end of the turn. Let's move 2 more armies. Let's march this army here, and this army down here to collect this errant unit. And we'll end the turn. So all you have to do to end a turn is to click on the date. We've got no activations remaining. So we click on the date. At the end of every 2 turns, we get to select one of 2 new event cards. So we can recruit minor nation troops in Italy, or we can get a forced march card, which I think we'll use because we need to. Oh, now the AI is moving, and he's marched into Holland. He's attacking those 2 units that are by themselves, so we're going to attempt to retreat. We can either defend the region or attempt to retreat. There's only 2 infantry units, so we probably need to try and fall back. We're going to do that, and they successfully do withdraw. The AI then continues his turn. He actually created a naval battle, so we'll talk very briefly about naval battles. By marching into Holland, the small French navy that was in Holland was forced to leave or be captured. So now we have to fight a small naval battle. Anytime we have a naval battle, we can choose which way it's fought. Will it be completely automated, partially automated, or fully manual under our control? Completely automated is very quick, so we'll do that on this go. Basically, it just gives you the result that you would have gotten, the same result as you would have gotten from a partially automated battle, but you don't watch the action. Partially automated battles, you actually watch all the action and decide if you want to fight the next round or not. The automated battle fights to the conclusion, so we're going to commit to that and hit the fight next round to begin, and we just get the results. So actually it was only 1 squadron against 3 British squadrons, so the results are predictable. We lost that squadron, it was sunk. So now the AI will continue his move, moving some Russian units and combining this armies here. The AI is actually very competent at forming armies and tends to create the best armies it can. So now we have a new turn. January, February of 1806, as mentioned earlier. That is the winter turn, and will result in attrition if we move units that aren't down here. Now we should be able to march this unit to Naples without any attrition, and we do. Why don't we take a look at some attrition? Let's combine these units, and we'll bring Napoleon's army up into Bavaria. It's going to give us the warning that we may suffer attrition. We're going to accept the risk. When we march there, 2 units were lost due to attrition out of the 15. But we'll combine with the Bavarians there, and then we'll hit forced march. I thought we had another. Well, we have another page. Second page. There it is. We'll click on forced march and tell Napoleon's forces, even though it's winter, to keep marching forward to deal with the British, and we'll march to Hesse and accept the risk. And the 18 units there, we lost 4, so we lost 6 units force marching in the winter, which isn't too shocking. That seems about right. So we've lost 6 units, but we're now within striking range of this perfidious British army that's harassing me, and we'll deal with them next turn. Okay, so at the end of the January-February turn, we're also going to get to recruit some new troops. So we'll hit new turn. The AI will take his turn, and he's going to get some Cossacks, which I'm sure he'll place in Russia. And now we're going to be able to recruit new units. So it's a random 3 to 5 units. We're only getting 3 this go around. These are the possible unit types we can get: regular infantry, Imperial Guard infantry, light cavalry, medium cavalry, heavy cavalry, light artillery, heavy artillery, or naval squadrons. Now, given the fact that we're at war with Russia, Prussia's diplomatic rating is low, so they're very likely to get into the war soon, and we're fighting Britain. I'm going to actually need to build my army up a bit. Let's take 1 unit of Imperial Guard. Definitely want the cuirassier and the heavy artillery. That seems like the mix. This is what we're getting, and we will accept that. So it's really that simple. There's no complicated economics involved. There's a pool of potential reinforcements depending on the year, depending on the campaign, that are available historically, and the AI will also get their reinforcements as well. So every year, every nation gets new troops. You can see Austria is not an active belligerent anymore. Their armies have been taken off since they're friendly neutral, and we can march through their lands. However, at the end of the year of being friendly neutral, their troops will reappear, and they will get significant reinforcements when a new army essentially is created on top of the forces that survived from the last war. Last thing I want to talk about in this tutorial is losing Paris. If this British army should march down and conquer Paris, heaven forfend, we would have 3 turns to recapture Paris before losing the game. So there should be ample time for us to be able to do that, even in a worst case scenario. However, during the time that Paris is occupied, we would have some penalties. We could not recruit if Paris had been occupied during that January-February turn. We would not have been able to recruit new troops. We would also not get any new event cards. Every 2 turns we're getting an event card. Also, when we win battles or defeat enemy nations, we get event cards. We would not get those. And we would also not be able to play event cards. So fairly, stringent penalty for losing your capital, but I think that makes sense. And that's all we wanted to talk about in this tutorial, and we'll see you in the next one.